didn't give me the honors thing.
I remember because you were mad.
Yes, I wanted that extra.
I almost cussed you out too.
I wanted that extra.
Imagine just being happy that you're gonna graduate and then
Hello.
I got a 3.3 and I'm supposed to be a and I'm like, well, I got a 3.00 and this bum bitch in media law trying to give me a B, which means I have goddamn retake this shit. I had to appeal that motherfucker. And I still walked and I graduated.
I wanted what I wanted.
I was just trying to graduate. So you recording?
Yes, we are. We are live.
You trash.
So we are live.
You recording on the phone too?
We are live on Earth. Unfiltered, baby.
Shit, somebody said I be twisting my hair on camera, so.
You all in now.
I'm finna get y'all full braid now, so by the end of the episode, my hair will be braided and I'll just play.
Alright, so Tab, chilling, we in here.
Yeah, we ain't want live this time.
Welcome to the podcast where the thoughts are raw and uncut. Welcome to Unfiltered. I'm Tab. Hello. Okay, so let's keep
by now, they know who we are.
I will hope so. This episode number what? 14?
Ooh, not 14.
14. So we are definitely doing it. And so, you know, hey, I'm liking this movement. I appreciate all and everyone who takes the time out to watch the videos and stuff. So I hope it's funny, entertaining, educational, inspirational. Anyways, whatever it is that you want it to be at that time, I hope it's everything.
You know, she threw that education on there.
So let's get started. Since we're talking about education, I want to make an announcement. I just want to have everybody to prepare for the second round of the Democratic presidential candidate debates. It is July 30th and the 31st. So be on the lookout for that. It's important that we continue to keep following the candidates and hearing what their policies and stuff are, even if we may not believe in what they're talking or whatever. Anyways, we need to know, because either way somebody's going to go back in office, and so we just need to know what's happening, being aware. So yeah.
Young Thug said he running for president in 2024.
It's so many people who say that. We still waiting on Kanye to do 2020.
And he said he'd be a better president than Kanye.
Next.
I'm not about to be out here and have people playing games in the office. We got somebody already in the office playing games. So I want y'all here to do some work.
He's not playing.
Yeah, his actions are creating very real reactions. Any other announcements? Because I just wanted to tell him that that's what's happening. Until I see it, I really can't discuss it. I'll probably have, by the time the episode comes, like all the candidates who will actually be participating in that one. Because I think only a select few get to do this particular debate. I think almost like you earned the right to go to the next round or something. Anyways, so any new music, anything like that before I go on to what the topic's going to be about for today?
I mean,
I thought it was, I was going to say, I think it's very interesting that there was an official soundtrack and then Beyonce curated her own African-inspired project with rappers and singers that she knows. So
not just that,
and a few people from
Africa. And she has some interesting.
That's what I said, African inspired.
Yeah. So shout out to Beyonce because she dropped another album. So we got 2 albums from Beyonce in 1 year. She's crazy.
What's the first one? Her
Homecoming.
Oh.
They forgot about that already?
Yeah, but not like a lot of people didn't count it as like an album because it was just like,
well,
I thought it was a show, you know.
And
then she had like some bonus tracks on there. I really thought I didn't think.
Before I knew.
I still haven't even seen the. Y'all seen the Netflix joint?
No, I haven't watched it. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my god.
That's what I said. It's 90% of the Coachella performance. So if you start a Coachella performance,
Oh, I watched the Coachella performance.
So,
I had to watch it on YouTube. You know how when they do the streaming for Coachella, I watched it via that way, so I got to see it like.
Boo
Not
boo, we just
necessarily
don't
live.
believe you.
but yeah, outside of that, I really haven't heard any buzzes about.
I don't know if it's new, but I've been listening to Jaden Smith's album.
Is it good?
Oh, Willow's project just came out. I hadn't heard it, but I heard it was good.
Well, y'all have fun listening to the Smith children while I continue.
I feel like they have
Listen
a
to the
unique
Browns.
perspective
Don't be a
on
hater.
music. They're definitely not doing
Yeah,
stuff for
exactly.
mainstream.
Definitely not. They're making good music.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll definitely maybe check it out.
Y'all go check that out. I'm good on all of that.
Oh my god. You stick to listening to your last leg of the Chris Brown.
Brown.
I said the last one. You found it.
All saying listen to Chris Brown and Big Crit.
Have you been listening now? He just vibing to Chris right now.
I mean, I listen
Have you
to
finished
a
the
lot of
album
different music.
No.
What number you on?
You know what
Nah,
number he on.
shit, I ain't even gonna lie. I just realized how to take my fucking music off shuffle. So,
And it's
How you do
playing
that?
the
How you
same
do that?
song.
it's like a button. I mean, it says shuffle, and it's highlighted. So if you touch it, it goes back in order.
Oh.
Cause like I definitely have been stuck listening to albums of shuffle
Me too.
forever.
I'm glad
Like,
you told me
Wow.
I sound like an old person. I know.
Yeah.
But that shit is.
Technology.
Why you got that bottle by me like I'm drinking that?
I'm about to be drinking it. I'll take it. Shoot.
Jinkies.
Alright, so let's get to the topic at hand. So this week I wanted to just indulge you guys in a relationship conversation.
Last
I
one got
wanted-
pretty heated.
You said last week?
I said last one got pretty heated. That's when we was talking about
Last
cheating.
time.
The infamous cheating episode.
Dang, Black Men Don't Cheat came out right before they put out the Black Men Don't Cheat song. So it's kind of like we inspired them.
It's a movement out here.
Who's out here cheating? Black people don't cheat. You be cheating?
Not me.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Ooh. Well,
On topic.
right. So I wanted to discuss some stuff. So the things that I wanted to kind of relate to is how we respond in any type of, and when I say relationship, it could be a friendship or it can be an actual love, anyways, partner type of a relationship. So friendship or partnership, whatever. So I want to get everybody's thoughts on how people are investing into relationships, and then I want to get people's thoughts on how they feel they should be loved and how to give the love to other people. So the first thought that I wanted to bring in is in a relationship, why do people seek for some type of validation? Like for you to complete me in some type of way.
Isn't that the point?
A relationship is to
I think people seek validation because I think naturally we expect for, even though everybody doesn't have this, I think that at the base and core of your life you expect for your family to have a certain love for you. Your family is always going to be there, your parents, your cousins, those people that are like first level. Once you get to the point of introducing other people into your life, it gets to a point where it's like you wonder and you battle with yourself of if you're going to completely be yourself with these people, and if you can trust yourself, well, trust those people for you to even be able to do that. Because a lot of times I think people get into the space of you know, judging others, and it's just like, okay, if you're gonna be my friend, you need to accept me for me. I don't want to feel like, hey, I'm coming around you and I'm being my authentic self, and you have a problem with that.
Right.
So I think we seek validation, I would say, in that sense.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, is once you start dealing with somebody else, once you decide to be with somebody else, then it's not just about you. So you going into a mindset like, oh, this person shouldn't change me, and I want to do me, and I should be able. It's like it's kind of selfish, because it's like, what are you doing to please your partner then? Because you're just worried about you. Like, what are you doing? How are you taking them into consideration? You feel me? It's like, so for your question, why do we need somebody to validate? It's not that you need somebody. It's like, but if you're going into a relationship, like you said, it's a choice, right? So if you're not validating me in some type of way, if you're not making me feel good or bettering my experience in life in some type of way, why are you there? You feel me? What's the point of the relationship? Because the relationship isn't mandatory. We weren't born into it. Your choice. So what are you doing to make me want to make that choice?
So when I'm saying validation, I mean like the choices that you make them because you're looking for me to give you some type of praise for it. That's what I'm saying.
The only type of validation I need is on my parking ticket. I don't know what, like, who, and then what you, like, literally what you just said, I can't. Like, who does that? Like, people do that?
But no, I was saying, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just saying more so, when you say validation, I think of it in a level of acceptance.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Because it's just like me coming into a relationship, even a romantic relationship, I feel like we all come with a set of baggage, and it's just like, okay, well, I'm coming forth to you. As messed up as I am, are you going to accept me for who I am? And I think that on the other end, that other person is looking for that same thing if y'all are serious about being in a relationship.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. What are we calling validation? Like, are we
okay,
saying?
so maybe my statement, my initial question, maybe needs to be reworded. So essentially, just what I'm asking is that, because it doesn't have to be in a relationship with somebody that you're dating. So I'm asking you, why do we have to, like, to almost like appeasing somebody? Why am I trying to do something to please you? So no, I don't mean like.
Well, why would you not?
Well, I mean, if you really like, I get what you're saying, but if you look back on it, even from the time where we're kids and we're released into like a school environment, nobody wants to feel left out. You do want to feel like, okay, you're fitting into something. So to be blatantly told, hey, who you are doesn't fit, it's not right for this circle of friends, or you're not right for this relationship, I think that people don't want that level of rejection.
No, I think there's a huge difference between friendships and relationships. Like, if you there's a difference between seeking validation just because I want to fit in, and seeking validation from the person I'm choosing to be with.
You're trying to fit into that relationship.
No, but there's a difference, because if it's just some niggas on the block, I don't need y'all. Like, whatever.
I dress up. I do my hair a certain way. I go to these places that I really don't want to be for food, stuff like that, because I want to make sure that I'm pleasing my partner.
You sound like some female shit.
But it's not. It's not, because people.
I mean, I feel like once you're in a relationship, that becomes a level of compromise. You may not necessarily be interested in every single thing your spouse is interested in.
I'm so confused. Why are we in relationships if we're not trying to please our partners? Like,
I know exactly. Listen, I completely understand why you keep going down the way that you're going down.
No, but
she just asked on the surface questions for us to get deeper.
I'm hearing the question, and I'm like, Like when you say, like that's what I'm saying. I'm answering the question.
Like,
why
like
do we need validation? Because we're in a relationship. If
I
you
feel
weren't
like
in a
you're
relationship,
looking
why would
at
you
it
care
from the
about what they
standpoint
think?
of me, like.
I feel like I'm answering the question.
You know how people say, I value the opinions of others?
You know,
And you say, why do you care so much? Well, yeah, I just heard what you just said.
Shit all the time. She was like, yeah, but I'm like, no.
Yeah, because
we said what we said.
That's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. But okay then, because if you leave it at, because I don't.
I mean, at the end of the day, the people that you choose to be in your life, I mean, they matter. So, I mean, at some point in time, you're going to try to appease to that group of people.
No, but I feel like you guys are making it like I'm just wanting to be a part of this circle, and that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is,
or you want to be down with this person if you
know, for my personal self, that the things that I do in my life, I'm doing those things to please you. Like I'm making the decisions that I'm making because of you. I'm out here
do those decisions you're making to please that person? Are those decisions you wouldn't make without that person in mind? Like, do those decisions?
It's my personal stuff. So it
right,
would be
so
like the job that I choose, the career path that I decide to take, like stuff like that.
Is it at a detriment to you though?
What do you mean?
Like is it negatively affecting you to try to go with?
Like if that person wasn't.
It's just a life decision.
No, okay. If that person wasn't involved in your life, would you be making that decision and it would be bettering your life?
Sure.
So then what's the problem?
I get what he's saying. He's saying that at the end of the day, if you're, because it seems like from what you're saying, Tab, it's like almost like because you're trying to appease this person, you're letting them and what they want influence what you're doing. It may not necessarily be within your norm, but at that point, you're considering them so much that you're doing things again to appease to them. What he's saying is that if those things that you're choosing to do, if they're not affecting you negatively, then what's the problem with you doing it? So I think that this conversation just went.
I don't understand what the confusion is.
I don't
understand
either.
exactly what they're saying. Tab, are you okay?
I'm not understanding it at all. So
they're asking you, what's the problem with doing stuff for validation if it's not negatively affecting you? And they ask like, would you be doing the same shit? Like if you didn't have that person, like would you still go get your hair done and go to places you don't want to for yourself? And if the answer is yes, you would still be doing that, then they're saying it shouldn't be no problem doing it for validation.
I feel like you guys are. I'm not talking about that, so that's why I'm completely lost.
Well, what are you talking about?
We're never going to be talking about the same thing on this show.
I guess I'm not like giving a good example because we keep talking about what you guys are talking about, and that's really not. That's not
I'm just like validation. What are we talking about?
Because what I have
like
written down is why do people seek validation from others? That's what I wrote down. So when I wrote that down, this is what I'm thinking. I'm out here and that's what I'm saying. It's not about a relationship. It's not about whether it's a negative or a positive effect on your life. I'm just saying that.
Why does it matter at all?
No, let me tell you. So what I'm trying to say is how I grew up, whatever happened in my life, like I'm holding on to it. Seeking this validation, meaning from the standpoint of I'm doing stuff because I'm trying to fulfill this feeling, but I'm trying to get it from you. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's something different.
Yeah. No,
that's trying to fill a void. If I have a void in a certain space in my life, that's what I'm saying. That's something different.
This is the thing. So different.
Because that's what that sounded like, right? Like you trying to fill a void.
No, and at the same time, different relationships mean different things.
Yeah.
So like, if it's a romantic relationship or
That's what you was getting.
Y'all not finna disrespect my boy like this.
Yeah, word. Like y'all can't hear me, dog.
Well, but first of all, okay.
Tam had an aha moment.
Yeah.
Like she finally got to what she gets what she was trying to explain, but
Man, that's not true like this, bro.
No. So essentially, maybe I just questioned it the wrong way because what she said, that's exactly what it was I was saying.
No, but that's what I'm saying. What I was saying, it makes sense because different relationships mean different things. So if you trying to fill a void, that's a whole different thing. That's not the same thing as a romantic relationship or a friendly relationship or a relationship between you and your parents or a relationship between you and your siblings.
That's why I said from others, and I said it could be anything, but y'all kept talking
but
about
that's what I'm saying. You can't give one explanation for all these different things.
That's what they're about relationships.
There's
she was
different
just saying
reasons
relationships in general.
Couple
with
relationships,
people.
That's what I'm trying to say. There's different
Exactly.
reasons why you need validation for each of those different relationships.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
I
tell
said
you.
so why?
So you have to pick one. Which one you want to talk about? Which relationship?
Oh, we already talked about it.
Yeah,
All of it.
That's because what you're saying is not what I was asking. The moment that I had with Shaq was something different. So what you're saying would answer this question.
Yeah, because
But-
she worded the question
Wrong.
not how she
Right, what I wanted. So that's why me and her were
I'm confused.
talking. Well, no, that's why me and her were talking. Just because she fixed the moment.
We're trying to get back on the same page. The initial, I guess the initial
flashcards.
question.
That's you answered the question.
Okay.
And it says, why do we seek
Right.
validation from others? That question was answered. So that's it. So now,
Please
since
don't
you
bring up him
answered
still.
the question, now I'm going to ask the question that Shaq said. So,
What?
Just let it ride.
Oh
Just
my
let it ride.
God.
no.
What's the question?
I was like, can we just move on?
No, go. What's the question? Because I missed it.
No. So we all, and I'm gonna change it because I want this next topic to have some good shine time. It's a good one. So I asked everybody to complete the love language quiz. Did everybody get a chance to do it, or have you done it before?
Alright, so wait.
She gave us homework, y'all.
Alright.
So before you
That
get to
only
the
took
quiz,
10 minutes.
It was a lot of questions.
Before y'all get to the quiz, did any of y'all read the book?
Multiple choice.
No.
I have the book. I read half of it.
Okay.
I still have it. Maybe we should read it on an episode.
People out here reading.
You gonna read
That's
it?
stimulate your mind.
Yeah, I read Twitter, nigga.
Alternative.
Yeah, y'all over here, y'all like, oh, he ignorant, he don't read. Boo-bye. I read enough in school for all the fucking years.
Did you do recreational reading in school?
Unfortunately.
For some reason, I do not believe it.
Yeah, we definitely had to read, like, all the time.
I did recreational reading when I was reading them.
No, like,
them
we had to
adult
read
books.
books.
Them Zane books.
Yeah.
That was
You know, I never got a chance to read
If
any
you
of
have to
them.
read it, it's not
Was they
recreational.
really spicy?
They was fast.
Ooh.
Zane?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, child.
Erotica.
Young. Yeah.
I remember Zane.
girl.
Yeah.
I said people were reading it.
The only thing
Yeah, reading that
Just
like
saying
in
like
high
we're
school.
reading it
You were
today.
supposed to be reading it.
Right.
Eric Jerome.
Like, the thing is, like, I honestly, like, I stayed in the library, like, in the summer. Like, I used to read
We
for
talking
fun.
about reading books.
Cause
So.
Because people
Well,
would
you
be
said that we read. You asked that we read the book, and I've been telling you why I didn't
Oh my God.
fucking read the book.
But
I-
everybody's about reading.
Most of the time.
Yeah, that you rewind through so you can make sure you let us know what needs to be laughed at and not.
I literally will sit there and watch like all them hoes.
We should have a watch party
What?
where we just go, like, we archiving and we kind of just go through some of the
Oh,
like
you know what we should do?
episodes that have the most likes, maybe.
No, watch party. We should invite people, play it on the big screen, and record us watching it and talking and shit.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we giving the people the idea on the camera. We can talk about that later.
Oh my God.
Okay, so
Sounds
Big
like-
city is so
Love
big.
That'd be big.
Okay, so yes, child, we
I
did
tried.
homework.
yeah, so homework was complete. And so what I want us to do is, number one, we have to
I gotta get my scores.
just let everybody know
Check my
what
scores.
your scores are. And then maybe your top two. Give me your top two. Like what's your main one, and then what's the one that fall underneath that? Because
let's start with you. We'll never start with you.
Yeah.
What yours is?
What you got? What you got?
I have myself. Why do I have to go first? But anyways, mine's are their acts of.
Whoa. Can we go ahead and break down what the subjects are?
So I was sitting here trying to do that, and y'all cut me off to tell me to give mine, and I'm giving mine. I was trying to build up and set a whole thing.
Said, let her moderate.
Like I said,
Don't ever want me to do what I'm supposed to do.
She was watching the Real Housewives too.
Y'all turn.
So
I done found mine. 5 love languages.
Alright, so
why you just
there are 5 love languages that are understood to be how people would like for love to be given to them. So all 5 of them that we have that we're going to be given our top 2 from are acts of service, quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation, and receiving gifts. So we'll break it down depending on who all gets what, and then we'll just kind of discuss if we've actually been doing that in the relationships that we have, and just kind of telling our experiences and stuff. Anyways, so my top 2 are number 1 is acts of service, and then the other one is quality time.
So what does that mean?
So
do you have the definitions for each one?
No, because it's driven based. Well, I guess they would.
I mean, at this point, people gonna have to go and do their own homework.
We got it right here.
No, people still gonna have to take the test, and it's comprehensive, and it'll explain it and break it down to you at the end once you take the test.
Okay, well,
all you gotta do is.
Are we done?
So,
as you drink a tequila.
So we say acts of service. For me, that's my top 1. So that means.
So what does acts of service mean?
She's about to explain.
What I'm saying. So all of us can explain instead of just saying all of me.
We just said. What was your question, so I can make sure that I answer the right thing?
I was asking if we were gonna tell the people all the mean, and then Shaq said
we're not. We'll allow for them to take the quiz, but while you're explaining what your top 1 is, you would explain how that relates to you, why that matters to you. But no, you do not have to explain each level. We will not explain to everyone unless it just so happened that each of us had a different top 1 that we wanted to explain. That's it. My top 1 is acts of service. I like for my partner to show me love through helping me out, show me love through, you know what I mean, like just being of a support to me in that kind of a way. Like, oh, today I don't know, I washed the clothes or something like that. Like that kind of
made
stuff.
lunch for you. I filled up your car with gas.
That is so weird to hear that's your top 1.
I know.
Cause like she's like an independent woman type allegedly.
But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes
getting happy because
independent
somebody's
women.
doing shit for you.
Well, for me, because I don't I definitely feel like in a relationship that you are
a partnership.
Yeah, so you know, sometimes I want my partner to have my back a little bit more, right? Like acts of service to me would be like, you know, even if we're half, if yours is an easy day and mine is a hard day, it make me feel good if you came and helped me out. That's
but you do realize that if you give off the persona of this independent woman who likes to get shit done on her own, a dude is hesitant to want to jump and do things for you because that's not the pattern you've created. That's not what you've shown that you like.
Well, I've never been in that kind of standpoint to make somebody seem like I need my
She's good because her man understands that she likes help around the house and such.
I just never been the grab my clutch, I can do this ish on my own kind of girl. So I don't have to.
Well, that's what she gives off, okay? Like,
I didn't ever see that
I'm an independent woman.
No, but I know that I can handle my own. But I never thought, oh, I don't need. I'm not like, oh, I don't need no man kind of situation.
So, all right, question. So your top 1 is acts of service because that's what you like. You like people. do you do acts of service? Do you show acts of service?
That's how I show my love. That's how I expect to give love. So that's how I show it. So for me, if I do something like that for you, if I'm doing something kind, if I'm thinking about fixing your plate, if I'm thinking about I'm out at the store and I grab me something, I automatically grab you something. Not I don't call you and just be like, I was thinking about you, so I got me this and I got you this while I was out too. Like that's how I show my love.
So
now that doesn't mean that
you fix my plate, I fix yours.
No, I'll fix my plate and I'm gonna fix your plate.
Because I thought about you while I was fixing mine.
That's actually my.
But that's what I'm saying, like
baby hungry too.
Really? Let's even give since last
I don't give a fuck. I mean, okay, so it would be the way that the quiz is like. It's like a would you rather type shit. So
and just put you in different scenarios.
Yeah, so I mean that was really acts of service was really low for me because at the end of the day, like I don't really see. I mean, I don't really care if you go to Checkers and call me and ask like, do I want something from Checkers? Because like, if I'm hungry, I'm gonna go get my own food.
Okay,
like
see, that makes sense.
So in a relationship, not in a relationship, either or, like I'm gonna eat if I'm hungry. Like that's just a nigga like I am. Like you go to the gas station.
You ever live with somebody in a relationship?
Unfortunately, but not like on purpose.
So when y'all was living together, was that dynamic the same? Like,
I'm normally. Well, see, the thing is, I'm normally the person that will do the acts of service, so it's something that I don't actually get off on.
So
that they do it
technically,
for
sounds
me.
like the people who you're doing these for are the type of people who want that type of love given to them. That's why you give them that because it's not yours.
Possibly.
Not necessarily because my top one, me and Sam.
Hold on, well, we ain't got time.
Okay. I was trying to segue.
Okay, well, go on, tell us what you got. Don't put me in it, though. I got some.
Oh my God. Whatever. So, as someone whose top one is quality time, I could foresee how you could be in a space where you cooking and doing different things while that person is in your space can bring about, a benefit for the both of you. Because if I want you in my space, if I want to spend quality time with you, that act of service is kind of it's kind of aiding that. Even though Sam is not wanting me to put out there his top one.
So look, just off on a quick little tangent. You know how, like I was saying, relationships are different. So when you're living with somebody, like something as simple as like what Sam's talking about, if I want to go get something to eat, I go get it myself. When y'all live together, right, and y'all are used to eating together and y'all doing things together, when the other person goes to get food by themselves, doesn't that create a different little kind of thing?
Yeah, but she coming here and I haven't ate and you coming here with some food.
Or don't even come in with no food. You full, like, oh man.
Right, like I completed a whole.
Think about me.
I mean, I definitely
normally eat together.
I feel you on that.
What is going on?
If that was my relationship that I was in, then maybe the score would have looked a little different. But right now, at this time, that's very low for me. Like I'm gonna do what I need to
doubt your like somebody come in with their food.
My what?
You should have thought your factual reaction. He's like, what? Wait.
So if somebody comes in with some food, you're not gonna be like, all right, cool, I'm about to go get my own food.
I'm gonna have a smart mouth, but then I'll go get better food. Yeah, I'll go get better food. Okay, ho, you come home with some. Now, okay, I won't lie because there is like 3 types of food that I would be mad. Like if you got and didn't tell me. If you got some fucking Jamaican food, some Popeyes. Or
usually that's shareable stuff
seafood.
anyway.
Like if you come in there with your juicy crab, bitch, I'm gonna be like, oh wait. First of all, what your ass is doing that juicy crab anyway? Who you use that juicy crab with?
Because nobody just
Because you're not just gonna go to juicy crab by yourself. It's like
just one meal.
I need explanations, zip codes, numbers, timestamps. Meanwhile, my top one was quality time, and the highest score you can get is a 12, and I got a 10 for that. So that obviously is something that's very important to me because while I'm the type of person that does like my own space, being the only child, like I don't want somebody up under me. But when I do want you, it is very important that I have all of you while we're together. So like quality time, and like some of the stuff is like I'm going to be the person in the relationship that's always gonna be on their phone. We go to a restaurant, we do anything, I'm gonna be on my phone. But that don't mean that I'm not there, because I definitely multitask very well. Like I'm with you, but my phone's important. However, if my partner is not on their phone, that's something special to me, because that's like, because it's so important to me to see somebody else like not do it around me. It's like, oh shit, like you really fucking with my vibe, huh? Like,
but you just said that if your phone is important, so you're not gonna do
that. I get what he's saying. Like, since his phone is so important to him, if he sees somebody not on their phone, knowing that their phone is so important, he's digging that. Like, oh,
yeah, like that shit's cool to me.
But that's what I'm saying. Will you get to a point where you'll meet that person on that level, or are you sticking to the strength that you're saying that you can multitask?
No, I'm dead ass. Like dead ass when I meet people. Well, when I was dating people. I literally, that's like one of the first date type conversations. Like, I'm always be on my phone. So if you one of the people that got a problem with that, we could just go ahead and stop this shit right now, because I'm gonna be on my phone.
That's all good, but the question is there ever gonna come a point where you take it upon yourself to, since you saying that the phone is so important to you, be like, damn, this person is so important to me, let me put my phone down.
Oh, that's so cute.
He's up, but he will love if you do that for him. But hell, I ain't about to do that.
Meanwhile, back to quality time.
See, that's the thing that would get me, because I just be like, for me, quality time, I feel like I have to have undivided attention. Like, I literally, like, if we're talking, it's kind of like I want us to, and it ain't got to be for no long period of time. I just want you to set time aside for me. Like, don't be on your phone and stuff. If we're going to sit and talk and, like, vibe out to music or whatever, I just want us to be able to cuddle, have that time really literally together. Yeah. But, you know, I really want to have that time. Like,
if it's too hot, don't touch me.
Well, you know, there's ways to.
Don't start whispering.
I'm just saying.
Well, I see what you're saying, because quality time is a big thing for you. So,
so
it's not really
what's your top one?
Quality time.
How many?
Yeah, what was your number?
Child, I took it so long ago. I don't know, but it's pretty high, like to the point where that, like in a relationship, that really like affects me. Like I will literally.
I get pissed off at mine. So
well, see, you said top two, so like my first one. My first one was quality time, and the second one was physical touch. Ooh. That was like 8, but that's like.
My second one.
They kind of like the way they was asking the questions. Those two kind of like coincided with each other, because it's like the physical touch comes when you're spending quality time. So if quality time is important to me, then of course I'm gonna be fucking with physical touch, like hug me, touch me, kiss me.
But that is different though.
No, it's a difference. But I'm just saying, like that's like during your quality time, y'all do stuff for each other, like cook, clean, wash clothes and shit. No. During my quality time,
no, that's
touching, kissing, fucking, rubbing, all that.
That's physical touch. That is not quality time at all, because quality time for me will be being able to sit here and just hang out. But I don't have to have anything from it. But then the physical touch comes in. That is its own category. So.
Oh, I know, but yeah, I'm saying, and to me, it's one and the same, because when we're spending quality time, we're going to be touching.
That's like the
period.
Okay, that's like what comes with it. Okay, gotcha. So
we trying to figure out what his shit is.
Oh.
He look like a gift giver.
No.
You make the ladies want to give you the gifts.
Nah, so actually, alright. It's funny because my results was like really dead on like for me as a person. And like all ladies.
I can't even see that shit.
So I'm about to tell you. Yeah. So my number one was words of affirmation. Right? So
oh my God.
I feel like that's crazy. Only I remember when we all had an off camera conversation and we was talking, I would have definitely pegged you for acts of service.
So
like,
look,
you know
so
what I
my
mean?
number 2 is acts of service. So when you say
words of affirmation, because this is right here is Mrs. Support.
Yes.
He want to make sure that you right. This is Mrs. Support. So he want them words of affirmation. You
come to my show, baby.
You're right.
Anyway.
You're right.
So for your number one, what was your number?
My number was 11.
And that's out of 12. The highest you can get is 12.
Yeah.
10.
So for my words of affirmation was 9, right? And my next 2 tied at 7.
So you difficult, bro. You difficult. You giving people a hard time.
So my number one was words of affirmation. Then my next 2 was acts of service and quality time.
That's so cute. Oh my goodness.
And it makes sense because
he want that support.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it, and I want to see it, and and that's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean that's. Dang, it read you like a book. That.
Because it's like, it makes sense. 'Cause I want to hear it to feel good, but then when I hear it, I also want to see the acts of service and the quality
like
time
what
to
you
show
doing
me what
to.
it's actually.
You can tell me all you want to, not
show me.
Right.
Words of affirmation was, well, the lowest was acts of service for me at 3, and then words of affirmation was 4. Because I'm not that nigga, like, bitch, I'm not finna pat you on your back. Good job, you. Every time you do some shit,
I feel like because you
not even every time,
like it's like you don't have to
nice
compete with a.
I'm sure, but see, for people like you, you like to hear that, and that's good. I'm glad that you have somebody have what? Which word?
You confused?
You have somebody or whatever, so. I'm glad that they support you and give you words of affirmation and shit. That's not important to me in my relationship because, bitch, I don't give a fuck. You can tell me good job all day because I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing this shit for me. So I know at the end of the day I'm doing good. I don't need you to pat me on my back, and I'm not gonna pat you on yours.
So it's not even about what you're doing. Like, it's not even like you say you went and accomplished a goal and it's like, oh yeah, babe, good job. It's more like you're with somebody, so like if I'm doing something for you and I'm with you all the time and I'm showing you how much I love you all the time, show it back or tell me you appreciate it, or you know what I'm saying, on that type of words of affirmation. Like
I appreciate him in other ways.
Sometimes I cleaned up this living room because
touch.
It's exactly how you feel about physical touch.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy.
Like it comes with the territory.
Right. This is why we have this conversation, because clearly everybody's love language is different. And it's like that's crazy to me because like shit like that don't make me hard. Like
so like for me, I don't need no good. Oh, you did a good job for no little shit. Like if I just did something on my own that I wanted to do for myself, I'm good. I have my own gratification for that for myself if I want to do it for myself. But if I just went out of my way to do something for you, and like it had no benefit for me at all, then I do want to hear a thank you or baby I appreciate you after something like that.
But see, I'm just gonna give you a big ass hug or something. Like that's how I'm showing you that I appreciate you. I mean, I'll probably say thank you too, but I'm not.
Right, but so that's with mine too. So I want to hear it and I want to see it.
Right.
You want everything.
And I feel you. That's so weird though.
He said I want all.
You really a lovey-dovey ass nigga.
I am.
Basically.
I'm a cornball.
That's crazy. And everybody out there knows I'm a cold-hearted ass bitch. So, like.
And then also, and that's why every time
my nigga is lucky that I play nice.
Every time y'all told me what y'all top one was, I asked y'all do it in return. That's how I am too. So like if I show everything I do for somebody, or if I show somebody something, or if I go above and beyond for somebody, I want the same thing back. So if you tell me your top one is acts of service, then I'm expecting you to show acts of service as well, because you can't expect me to be showing you acts of service and you're not showing me none.
Well, that's how I get my gratification, is through my acts of service. So my love language is how I want to be loved, and so that's what I project off on other people, which is a great way for me to bring in. So now that we've learned what our love language is, what makes it, or is it difficult? Because now I know how I want to be loved, so that's how I love other people. But what if, like in this case, where that love language is completely the opposite? Yours is one and his is something else. Like, what happens? But quality time falls on your list as, I can't really use you as an example.
Well, it's like,
honestly,
honestly, it's like, once you know your partner's love language, then love them in their love language. So it's like, okay, so I know you like that shit, so I'll do it for you. So but that's what I was saying. Like, for me, like, if I'm dating somebody that likes words of affirmation, I mean, okay, that's cool. That's how I'll show them I love them. But what I need from them is my quality time.
Word.
So some people can't do that easy of a separation. There's some people out here who...
I'm logical, so...
Yeah, so okay, so the message that we would give to the people pretty much is just going to be, like you said, start learning how to love people the way that they want to be loved, and then let those people know how you want to be loved, so you work it out. There's somebody out there right now who that just would never ever make any sense to them.
Because they didn't know. But
now
so
now they
not,
know if they
so
listen.
if you're in a relationship, your love language is not for you, it's for your partner.
Right.
Because I forgot what I was watching, but it was I think some pastor, he was basically explaining, no, it wasn't back to slavery, but he was basically like, if in a relationship you kind of focus on doing your part and doing right by that other person, and that other person, you take responsibility for feeding into the love and what that other person needs, and they make it their job to do the opposite, then basically you're going to, feel the fruits of your relationship tenfold.
If one person is all about the other and one person all about y'all both should be good.
Exactly.
That's kind of hard for me. I won't even lie. Coming from the person who says what mine is. For me, like my partner, he did his and he received physical touch. Like that's his thing. I just have that. Sometimes that makes me feel uncomfortable. I know it sounds crazy, but sometimes being that kind of lovey, because I don't even like to really I don't know, it make me feel, I guess it just make me feel vulnerable, so I don't.
So, alright, so this is my question, right? So when you...
I think that it depends.
I understand, but it's just funny like, to hear you say that shit out your mouth.
Here's my question. So now that we're talking about love languages and understanding love languages, and then talking to our partners in their love languages instead of ours, isn't that seeking validation from them? Going back to your earlier question.
That was never the question that I wanted. I wanted to.
No.
She's trying to feel like if you're seeking that from that person, are you trying to get them to fill that void for you?
Okay, yeah, my bad. I forgot we established that before.
Because that again does answer that question. So yeah, you answer that question.
Interesting.
And sometimes, a lot of times, I feel like your love language could be based off of whatever you feel like you're lacking in your life.
Right, so do you think it can change? Do you think it's possible for it to change?
Well, yeah, I said that in my explanation. I was like, in this relationship that I'm in, like, quality time is very important to me. In this relationship, like,
before, and other ones it was.
And maybe it might have been different for other people.
And it does have the ability to change.
Nobody
Because
has
if you're leaving, I mean, if you're living separately or whatever,
So.
and if you get to the point of living with someone,
Tell you what.
I mean, it's not guaranteed that you're gonna get quality time, but
Well,
your
I mean,
chances
if I
of getting
was-
it are better.
If I was with a rich person, then receiving gifts will probably be very high because that's how
so
they're
shallow.
gonna probably show me. I'm saying that's probably how they're showing me that. So that's how I would feel happy and shit. Because, oh baby, you bought me a
Really? You got
Porsche.
only a 4 on. Wow.
Only a 4 on what?
But you gotta look at how it all comes together.
Oh.
You feel me?
His numbers do
Your
have like
numbers are
a,
weird.
they're just very like surrounded around each other. Yeah, like
they play off each other.
exactly.
That means you know what you do to get a score like that? Just press shoot.
Nah,
Right.
nah,
So that means
I actually took time with my shit. Actually,
I did too, and I looked at that shit and it was like 40%, and I was pissed because I was like, I done answered like 25 questions and this shit talking about the 40%. Like I'm finna throw this shit.
I did mine at the barbershop, so you know I took my time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Looking clean
Got
over
that
here.
fish line.
Yeah,
Well, y'all keep y'all haircuts over there, okay?
you're not gonna touch
Nope.
those edges.
Nope.
neither.
What edges, bitch? I have on a headband.
That's what the headband for. That's what the headband for.
I'm gonna let you
That's
have it
what my
because your hair looks
headband
nice
is
today.
for.
You got it.
That's what my headband is for. Is these edges. So I'm talking about my
Yeah,
sister.
let me
Okay,
go all the way back to
well.
my result. Because I took my test 2 years ago.
We asked this girl. We asked her what the fuck.
Oh,
her
mine
results
was
years
around
ago.
like yours too. Because I got a 9 for quality time, 7 for acts of service, 5. Well, I tied for 5 with physical touch and words to act.
We know you don't like to be touched.
So you be.
It has to. I will say this. I will say this. It takes the right person. Because I think that with a prior relationship that I was in, we vibed off of each other, so we did have those moments, but it was just like, I felt like he was way more affectionate than I was, and the attraction wasn't fully there.
Tempted to touch.
Versus now,
What?
it's different.
Oh.
I find it very attractive.
So,
I don't have a problem with
so your test scores would probably look different if you hadn't took the test.
No,
today.
I still need my quality time. Period.
But today, answer today's questions. What were you about to ask me?
So no, I was gonna tell you. I know why. So like for mine, for receiving gifts.
Well, sheesh. Now they shooting.
So mine, I remember like for like specific questions. So it's like when you out doing something, like bring me back something. Let me know you thought about me. You know what I mean? Like that was them type of questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I think what happens is you get these series of questions based and they lean a certain way. Just to kind of see like, okay, they keep responding this way to this. Let me see if this is really true.
Well, no, they kept matching them up against, like, it was like everything kept matching up against the different categories. So, like, yeah, if you kept picking the same type of answer over and over, that's why your score would be high. You know? But that's crazy. I could never date somebody like this nigga. Like,
It's just so complex. It's like,
It's
y'all
not-
everything. Be able to
It's not
please
even
you.
that.
it's not
simple.
really, because
It's simple as fuck.
it's really the acts of, the worst affirmation. Like, he really likes to
But
hear
he
shit
said
like
he
that.
It just seems like
He wants you
overall,
to do everything.
basically what I said from the jump, this
And
is
that's
supportive.
yeah.
He wants support.
In
He
all
wants to
ways.
feel supported
Support me
in
in
what
every
he's doing.
fashion.
And I will support my significant other, but
For my
please don't make
business.
Please don't make it a chore.
For my career. But that's for
So
him.
So,
It will
what
turn
you
into
call
a
support? What you
chore,
call
though.
support? What's support?
You're like, dang,
What's
I
support?
just like that picture.
You gonna
and I
tell
gotta
me you
go
support
back and
me
write a
how?
comment.
This nigga asked me to go to this lacrosse game. I'm gonna be like, do I have to? Like,
Just see what I'm saying? What's wrong with going to the game? That
I don't like lacrosse.
Okay, but I'm pretty
You
sure
like
that there's
that.
stuff that your
Exactly.
significant other is
Watch
going to
it.
have to. Well, I wouldn't say have to do, but
Exactly.
gonna engage in doing
Mm-hmm.
that they don't necessarily like.
Yeah,
You are saying
I'm
it's
a boxer.
socialite.
It's a social
But
life. He
they
might
not
not
a
even like being
socialite.
in public.
He don't like being around my
Okay,
friends. But
but he does
Yeah.
it. Okay, exactly.
mm,
Exactly.
Look at you trying to turn into a
Yeah,
diva.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the Real Housewife of Atlanta.
Oh my God, yes you are. Yes you are.
So what's the next topic, or are we done?
So the way we're gonna end off today is we talked last week about what grinds my gears.
Oh,
so I want to have a segment. Yes.
Can
so
I
this
do it?
is your thing.
Can I rock out?
Yes.
Let me tell y'all, I'm so fucking pissed off. Let me tell y'all what grind. Don't fuck up my reservations, y'all. So listen, I booked a room with Expedia, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the first mistake.
And I'm gonna tell you a tip.
I'm gonna say we got you on some better shit, but keep on.
This is a whole big thing too. So first of all, I went to North Carolina, right?
Okay.
So I booked a room with Expedia. Tell me why I didn't know that Trump was in North Carolina doing his. Y'all you heard about that?
No.
Trump was in North Carolina.
Wow.
So Trump was in North Carolina. Didn't know this. And apparently when the president's in town, it's a big secret. Right? So they're not like they're not supposed to tell you this shit, right? So I booked a room with Expedia at them, and then so when I get there, it's in North Carolina. I get there at fucking 12 in the morning. I go to check in. They tell me all the rooms are booked up, right? So then I call Expedia like, all right, y'all need to get me a room somewhere else.
Because you pay in advance.
There are no rooms in all of North Carolina.
They shut the whole city down.
The whole city, because Trump is in, not North Carolina, but where the city I was at, he was in where was it? Durham or some shit like that.
Oh.
So there were no rooms in the whole damn city. And I'm like, but my thing is, Expedia, why did y'all book my room if it was booked already?
They don't have the most up to date based off of those hotels.
Or if I booked my room, why did y'all allow somebody else to come get in the room before me?
Because it's a third party.
Yeah.
That's what I said. When you go through like Booking.com and Expedia and stuff like that, honestly and truthfully, a lot of times they don't give you a better deal. So if you check on the website, most times it's the same exact thing.
If you go to the hotel, it's
usually cheaper.
So
I didn't get a room till 4 in the morning. I found. Listen, shout out to my shorty, yo. She found our own room, right? We had to find our own room.
Cool.
Mind your business. So we found our own room.
We can go be single.
So we found our own room. Look, damn, can I tell the story?
No.
Messy.
Steady.
Y'all messy as fuck. So we find our own room, right? Then we have to call Expedia back. They give us a refund for our room. Then they fucking pay for our room that we got. Then they give us credit for it. Now we got a voucher.
I mean, they obviously owed you that.
So you see how his grits were grinding and now they're...
But listen,
they're old.
I started my trip at 5 p.m. I didn't get to lay down till 5 a.m. I got there at 12.
Were you there for a mission or were you just there to hang out? Like to, because that was something too if you had to get up and
I
do
was
something.
I was there to do something the next day, but I wasn't trying to be up all night doing all that, dealing with it. And first of all, so back to the first grind my gears, when you call customer service and it's a motherfucker that don't understand shit you saying. So these motherfuckers, listen, man. Listen. Why do I have to explain to you why the hell I need you to find me a room at 4 in the morning? When y'all fucked up my reservation.
That's real. That's real. Like, no, you should be figuring this out. Like, you should be questioning.
Why did I have to find my own room?
It should have been like.
And let me tell you how I found my room. Let me tell you how I got a room. We called every hotel in the city. Every hotel kept telling us all our rooms were booked. Then we just sat in the car, parked, took like a little cat nap, then woke up like, oh shit, we need to figure it out. Right. So we called another hotel. Guess what? Oh, we have one room. We pull up. We need that. So then it's like the ladies talked to us, was like, oh man, yeah, all our rooms are booked.
Last couple of weeks when we do positive
This
vibes.
customer service shit was pissing me off though. It's like I hate when y'all just following the script. When I'm talking to you and I'm telling you specifically what's wrong, don't then come back to me and be like, oh, well, I could give you a refund for your room. But bitch, yeah, you're giving me a refund for my room, period. You feel me? I need a place to sleep.
Because I'm not sleeping there, so I'm getting that back, period. What else did you do?
Extra service. Here we go. I mean, it makes sense though. It makes sense.
I'm like, you have
to realize
you're sitting on the phone telling me you're giving me. How many hotels have you called? Because I've called 5. I need a place to sleep.
Okay, you have to realize also that when you're clearly talking to, because I work in a call center, if it's clear that you're calling somewhere that's outsourced, it's really only so much that's within their power. And when you're calling around that time, I'm pretty sure that Expedia has a corporate office that has, you know, English speaking people where it's their first language. But what I'm saying is when you call at 4 o'clock in the morning,
no, I called at 12. They had me on the phone till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Nah, y'all took cat nap.
12 a.m. Even still, you
no, because I had to. They had to call me back when I talked to them.
In a corporate office at 12 a.m.
And listen, motherfuckers who stuck where they got no room. Listen, so then.
Because hotels are.
Then you tell me, okay, I'm gonna let me put you on hold while I talk to the upper. Let me put you on hold while I talk to the upper management. Right? Put you on hold for a whole 20 minutes. Come back on the phone. Be like, okay, I discussed the issue with my upper management. I'm about to transfer you to them so they can fix the problem for you. Then put you on hold for another 20 minutes. You're supposed to be transferring me. Y'all discussed this already. Why am I on hold again? I'm on hold again right now. I swear. Why am I on hold right now again?
It's costing her life. It happens.
It's totally
because you can literally sometimes.
So you gonna transfer me?
Yeah. Let me tell you how it works.
Like exactly. Team lead. But that's the person who's over him in that particular location.
Right.
But you probably had to speak to him.
No, but you told me the whole time
you wanted to put that
hold.
person on the phone.
You put me on hold for 20 minutes talking about you was discussing the issue with your team lead to get my problem fixed, and then you come back and say you're gonna transfer me to the team lead.
Because I would normally be
that's
like,
my
okay.
issue. You don't know fucking English, so you worded it wrong.
No. Because most times if I have a disgruntled customer and I put them on hold and it's clear that they need to speak to a manager, sometimes the manager is already on an escalated call, so I may be waiting 10-15 minutes just for me to even tell them the issue.
I hate that shit. Don't tell me the manager can't talk to me because they're already on the escalated call. I'm like, oh, so y'all got hella escalated calls? What the fuck wrong? What the fuck going on?
Well, sir, is there anything else that I can try to assist you with? Or I'll be like, well,
this is the problem.
Right. Obviously, y'all fucked up over there.
I'll be like, well, we can go ahead and offer you a call back, sir, if you would not like to wait.
I hate that shit too. Call me back. Oh God.
I don't deal with the foolishness.
Listen, I ain't here.
It ain't my fault.
Sorry to bother you.
I be like, man, listen.
You don't get what I'm trying to say.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. So listen, I be having like they be dealing with these folks on speaker, talk to them first hour or whatever. I'm just listening. Then I be like, yo, excuse me, man. What do you not understand? Is this Jessica Robinson? Yes. Like, what's wrong with it?
I am that kind of person too. Damn. I hate to be around somebody who's on on a customer service call, and you're being kind and you're explaining to people a certain situation, and then they just still either aren't trying to get it or they're giving you attitude like what you're asking for is too much, and it's just like, if I'm not the one that's in the room, I really feel like sometimes customer service can people who work in customer service can be nasty. Now
Right.
that's different from the people who it's outsourced from
That's like
different
most of the
countries.
Yeah, that could be
They get
nasty
their
because
own
y'all
thing.
nasty.
But most of the time,
Exactly. But no,
imagine an
there
angry,
has been-
imagine an angry New York talking ass nigga calling you at 12
But
o'clock
you-
at night.
you gotta
Yo,
understand
why
that-
the fuck?
Dude, you gotta understand your professional.
No. Why did you fuck up my hotel
But
room?
think about
Why-
the ones that you
First of
talk
all,
for the
to.
company
First of all, sir,
your customer
I
service,
didn't
you're
do
getting the fuck up
anything.
calls.
I'm trying to help you resolve your situation so you can
But
bomb
you
the
can't,
fuck
but you-
down.
They're not working for the thank you hotline, my nigga.
Yeah,
Like
you're working-
they're not calling like, oh,
But
your
just because
service.
they work for a help hotline
But
don't
you're
mean that
a
you
reflection
come.
of the company. So that is
No,
your job.
what
to
Sam
solve
is
the phone
what
that's
Sam
coming
is saying
here.
is just because you're having an issue, don't call in acting an ass.
Right, 'cause
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
trying to
help
the company, and I just had an issue with the company. Unfortunately, because you are that first line of defense, you take the heat. That's like telling
No,
somebody
that's
in
not-
the
that's
military.
not
That's like
and you
telling
have to
somebody
know how
in
to
the
deal
military
with it.
that you're the first
Unfortunate.
line of defense and people are going to shoot at you, but I'm somebody who
That's
is
not
upset. Like,
something that's
Don't-
unfortunate
Don't
because at
make
the end of the day,
excuses to
you
be rude.
exactly you want somebody to assist you in a kind manner.
Yeah,
So
it's
don't come
different
at
if
me acting stupid.
You're bound to deal with somebody rude when you're representing a company who's inconvenienced somebody.
And so that's
And
what
you-
we say.
and
you're-
then-
Don't be mad if I don't open my rewards tab because you called cussing me out.
Listen,
Exactly.
I've worked in customer service.
I worked in that shit too.
Listen, I've worked in customer service, and I always took on the mindset that I'm there to de-escalate. So whatever somebody says to me, they could call cussing me out, and I understand. Okay, y'all are frustrated. Okay, let's work.
Because
let's
if
fix
I
this
were in
problem.
those shoes, I'd
My
probably
job
do the
is to
same
fix the
thing.
problem.
Exactly.
Where the customer service representative fucks up
They start
at
taking
is
stuff
when
personal,
they're
like-
like you get frustrated with me. You can't get frustrated
Like,
with me. Your life's not fucked up. You're sitting in the office.
I'm sorry,
Answering my
man.
phone call, doing exactly
No,
what you
I don't
want me
feel
to-
that.
I
I
don't
That's,
feel
yeah,
that.
that's your
I'm
job.
I'm
sorry,
You're supposed to
sir.
deal with my
I got
attitude.
nothing.
You're supposed to make me feel better.
But
You're
you
supposed to
talking,
fix my
you
business.
talking to me like that is not gonna help the situation.
So what's gonna help the situation?
Calm
That's
down.
how you feel. That's what when you talk to me like that, I'm gonna say. So what's gonna help the situation?
Calming down, sir.
Okay, so
Okay,
I
now
think-
I'm getting called into
I'm
the
still
office
stuck
the next
outside.
day.
Nah.
You know, like,
It was like,
But yeah, so
you
now
gotta do
here, now I
something
done
that's
calm
gonna
down. Now what?
right.
Oh,
I'm here
now
because
that you're
still, but you
now
still-
that you're calm, I'll continue to try to assist
Now,
you.
okay,
with
so
the
look, don't
situation.
get me wrong.
already
So
frustrated,
now,
if you
like
still
with,
keep
with your guy, with you guys, right? If you're telling me calm down and now let's handle the situation, we can do that. But if y'all not handling my situation, then I'm getting pissed off again.
What I'm
Yeah.
saying,
Y'all
what I'm
understand
saying is
that,
that
right?
if you start cursing and you
This
start
really
acting
grinds your fucking
full,
gears.
because this grinds my gears back because
I know.
he made it down customer. That I'd be like, sir, unfortunately, if you continue on with this abusive language, I won't be able to continue this call. I can either escalate it or I'll
Your
have to
skin's
disconnect.
too thin for that
No,
instrument.
it's
Like,
not.
you-
I've been doing
that-
this job for a year, but I'm not about to.
You're working in
I'm not
customer
about to be
service. Your
disrespected.
job, okay, you work in
But
customer
let's
service.
say you
Your
work-
job is to deal with irate customers.
That's not my job.
The only time
That's not in my job
But it's
description.
to deal
only
with
people
people.
Black people, boy, I tell you, bruh.
But we're not the main
This
people
is a black-
calling it.
this is
It's
a-
not
black people.
Yes, the
It's
fuck
not
it
any
is.
person.
No, whoa. Can we
No,
talk
I've
about
been
it?
out plenty of
Because
calls where it's
I
in
work
and out.
On the next episode
Every
Listen,
nationality
I work for
calls
Xfinity,
in.
right? And when I
and
went to
show
go
out.
look up these white people homes and
It's
these big ass
anybody-
homes,
it ain't just white
and you,
people.
and you don't
No,
have their
it is
right
people.
order, they
All
call
of us.
Xfinity
All
and
of
they stand
us. It's
there
a
and
people
they
thing.
get their order fixed. Yeah, like
It's a
if I
everybody
call for a
thing. It's
service, I
being
want my
black and
proper
white,
service.
How
Yeah.
many times have you been
Well,
called?
when I go to the
been
Jamaican
on a phone
restaurant,
call
I
from
fuck my
somebody
order up.
who's from a different country?
If I fuck the
and
order
they
up,
make
you want
you
my
feel
you want
less
me
than
corrected,
because
right?
you can't
Yeah, and
help
I'm
them.
gonna come
It's
to
not
the
just
counter.
a black and white thing.
Excuse
It's
me, I need a rice
Yeah,
and peas,
it's-
every white
it's-
rice.
I said it's a rude
No.
thing.
And
I ain't got
It's
Okay,
a
so
real
they
thing.
go like, huh?
It's a real thing.
White
It's a
rice?
real thing.
White rice?
That's
Huh? What you want?
Rice and peas.
Rice with the peas?
This is the type
White
of
rice with
dude.
peas?
This is the type of
Bruh.
dude that.
You
You
would
want a
have
refund?
to sit
You want a refund or you want me to fix
I
your
want
food?
my food.
You want your food? No refund. Rice with white rice or rice and peas? That shit's annoying, huh?
talking to
Right?
Because I can imagine if I was on something, I'm like, then I just told you, you know what? I don't even want it no more. I'm
Right. It's like,
done.
Um,
Then it's like,
on
give me a
both-
fucking beef patty for free then.
on both aspects, people can do better because even like
There's customer service reps who call you though, and they just be like, yeah, like especially.
Oh,
if
if
they
y'all call
you
me,
from
I'm trying to say y'all
line.
something back. You listen to my new mixtape yet?
I'm gonna answer.
But I'm saying, like, you know, we talked about especially people from student loans, like they will, like, for this money, they will treat you like it's a part of their check. Like, if you don't pay this $200 missed payment that you got, like, I'm not gonna get my full check today. Like, so I feel like it goes on both ends where the service is, you know, difficult. It's just usually when someone is in a need, when somebody is in a need basis.
It was. No, it wasn't.
Alright, so that was anybody else got what's grind my gears? What's grind my gears? Are we all good?
Because it was like him.
Figured. Alright, so with that being said, I'm not gonna drag out today. Any positive vibes? Oh my goodness. Any positive vibes? Anything gonna leave for the people?
Don't call in talking to these customer service folks like you ain't got no sense. Please.
Get hurt.
I won't tell you where I work, but just please.
I call him with the most. I start out with the most utmost respect, calm as I can be, because I'm trying to get it resolved. Just like
You done with your grinds my gears.
Yeah,
What's your positive note?
My positive note, don't just tell me shit. Show me shit too. You feel me? Like
Okay.
I'm talking about it's words of affirmation, but it's also acts of service and it's also quality time. It's all.
You want everything.
Yeah, I want it all. I want this.
He's very.
So what's next?
Just say he don't have a
He got nothing. Alright, so you get
Use condoms.
What?
good one. Right. So
Yo,
we
condom
just going to
sex smells
say,
like.
oh my
Doesn't
goodness.
matter.
Anyways, positive vibe. Please make sure that you put on your calendars to watch the Democratic presidential debates, and you guys have a great week.
And don't do it.
Lion King tonight. Make sure y'all go watch Lion King that just came out.
Okay, child. Where's my check?